You are probably my most special guest ever that I'm gonna have on the podcast.
I'm straight up your son.
Yes, 100%.
There's
You're
no doubt about that.
no doubt. So you are like a mini version of myself. And the good thing is that you actually like film almost as much as I do. Do you really like it just because you like it, or do you like movies because I'm always telling you about it and always showing you about the videos and all that? What do you think?
Honestly, since when I was a child,
I mean,
since
you are a child.
yeah, when I was a baby, like when I was younger,
Hmm.
you had told me about this stuff. So now it makes sense that I have an interest into acting
Hmm.
and stuff like that. I could have gotten it from you, or I just could have gotten it from me.
Yeah. Do you think that YouTube versus acting is there one better than the other? Or do you like if you had to
No,
pick?
because YouTube, you can write a script, do a mini movie, like a short film, and that's the same as acting. But for acting, you can do TV shows and movies, and on YouTube, you can do that too.
So we just went and filmed for the first time, like your first like movie with like real acting and
Yeah.
all that. So tell me about that experience. What was
So,
like your favorite thing about it?
so my favorite part was, that's tough
Yeah, why?
because I really liked all of it, so I can't really pick out a entire favorite one.
Yeah. So in this case with the short film, what do you think when you first read the script that TOCJ made and we sent you the script, what was your first thoughts about the story?
So are you so what your question is when I first read it, how did I think about it?
Yeah.
It was sad. Like when I was reading it, I was tearing up.
Really?
I could not hold it back. Like there were starting to make tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's how sad it is. In a movie, I have never cried. Not one time. This is the first movie I've cried to, I think. Unless I was like 2 months old and watching a movie and then like something happens and I start crying like ah.
Yeah. So with this one, what made you sad about it?
So since it's a father and the son is dead, and so the dad is like struggling from it, and what it's so in my opinion the story is sad. Like um a father gets into a pool, starts swimming around, then he sees a child drowning, then he starts getting confused. He goes to the beach, and when he's like about to get out of the water, his dead son is telling him, "Stop, stay in the water." And then they have this whole sorry, Mike. They have this whole conversation about like the dad is trying. So since his son died, he's like really sad about it. And when he saw his son, he was like, "I miss you so much." And I was trying. So my role was the kid that died. So I was the one telling him like, "Let me go, like let me go." As well, if you step out of the water, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. So what made you more emotional? Like when you were reading, was there a specific line that you read that's what got you?
The whole thing, packed in one punch, made me almost cry.
And what made you really cry? Was it like what the
I
kid?
I didn't like cry a tear, but I was like close to I was tearing up. Like I was about to cry, but when I finished the script, I didn't cry.
Yeah. So I read it at the airport. Uh, and I was on my way to go get you. So like when I was reading it, I actually cried like at the airport. So it was, I mean, it's a really special story. And I think what got to me was, you and I don't live in the same city.
Yeah.
So we are so far away. And it's almost like the same feeling like when you lose your son, because in a way, I don't get to see you all the time. So that's what got to me and made me really sad. Uh, because it does feels like I lost you. But so I can relate to that. And then just thinking
It's
about,
relatable,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. So when you read it, did you feel more for the kid? Like what made you more emotional? Like thinking about from the kid's perspective that he can't see his dad, or from the dad that can see his son?
It was both perspectives, since thinking about it, there are two characters. There are only two characters. And so you can only see from those two perspectives. You can't only see from one, because like at the beginning you see the dads, but at the end you see the sons. Because in the beginning, the dad is going into the pool, the dad is seeing the drowning child, the dad is coming out of the ocean. But at the end, the kid came back to life. The kid saw the dad getting out of the pool with sand on his feet. So halfway they split perspectives. So one half was the dad, yours, and then the other was mine.
Yeah. So tell me about now the process of we get to the location and we get ready to film. How did that feel?
That felt that felt like whenever I'm going to a play rehearsal. Because that basically was a rehearsal. Because in the play, when I did it at Cleveland, we had to set some stuff up. We had to practice before we did the actual thing. That's what we did. We practiced with you and just me saying my lines. And then I got thrown into the water. A wave as big as me splashed onto the ground. So it would simulate me drowning.
So how did that affect
I
you?
was
That was like,
terrified.
so you
Like,
were afraid?
yes, I was.
You were afraid for your life?
A wave with as big as me, it was splashing down
Yeah.
on my face.
The funny thing is that you got splashed like by a little wave. Like when I had to do my section, I had to go deeper. So like the waves that were hitting me were, I mean, I was out of breath completely. And then I had to play like being submerged, and I could only do it for like 5 seconds. So
Yeah, as well, the ocean water tastes super salty.
yes.
So, like, if it gets in you, you're gonna know.
Yeah. So based on this experience, like what do you think you would like to do next for like another film? What is something that is interesting to you that you would like to act as that character?
Huh?
What is an interesting story that you would like to play in a character?
So, an interesting story I would want to play as a character, I would want to. So, now instead of a sad film, I would want to be in like an action film or something other than a sad film.
Okay.
Since sad films, they bring your emotional damage out. They make sure that you're gonna cry.
Yes. So tell me about emotional damage. I think that's a favorite of us.
Emotional damage.
Yes, is that one of your favorite YouTubers?
Stephen He.
Yeah, Steven, he is really
The
funny.
best Asian YouTuber I've seen so far.
Yeah.
The best emotional damage. The best. You are a disappointment YouTuber.
Okay, give me a little bit of like, let's pretend you're Stephen He for like 30 seconds. Go.
You a disappointment. You got that B on the math test. And second of all, you unemployed. You got no girl. And as well, all you do is sit in your room and play Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's what I would say if I was Asian to a son.
Yes. Why? Just because of Stephen He and the
No,
skits that he makes?
if my child literally got a B on a math test, literally just gets in his room and play video games, no studying, doesn't even know college level math, bring the flip-flop out. I will send you to Jesus. All right? You hear me? Goodbye.
So that's what I have to do next time you're playing video games.
Oh no.
Gotcha.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, you do play a lot of video games. So let's talk about video games right now. Lately, I used to be obsessed with video games when I was a kid, but then,
And you still sort of are.
well, not
You-
obsessed.
You aren't obsessed, but you do play.
I play, but I only play a little bit with you.
Yeah.
I used to play like for days. Like I would just stay like playing and playing
Like
and playing.
all night.
We would play literally all night. So this is something that you have never done, but we used to do what is called a LAN party. Do you know what a LAN party is?
No.
So
Never heard of it.
back before the internet, people had to play games by connecting their computers with cables.
Yeah, that's what like back in the like 19 somethings.
Exactly, I'm old. So we used to get all the computers together and we would play. We would start like at 6 or 7 p.m. We'll start setting up, connect all the computers, and then we will play literally until the next morning. Like at. Yeah, why is that ugly face?
I'm just like, whoa.
Imagine how fun it was to have all of your friends in one room, everyone eating pizza and playing video games all night long.
You had the best childhood.
A little bit.
Yeah, except all the poor Cuba part. That
Yes.
video game part, you had the best childhood.
Yes. Well, tell me about Cuba. 'Cause you went to Cuba.
I don't remember mostly.
You don't remember?
The only thing I remember is me going outside of the house, going up through like stairs or something to go to Abuelo. Not Abuelo Roberto, but the other one, Abuelo Hidalmis. That's the one. And he was doing the laundry. So I got up. That's all I remember. As well, I remember looking in the fridge and seeing Jello. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We made jello for you in that trip.
As well, I do remember a very, very, very old person sitting on the bed, and I went to visit her.
Yeah,
I don't know her name though, since this was when I was like 5,
yeah.
like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that was Abuela Fefa.
Abuela Fefa, that's the one.
Yeah. So she's not alive anymore.
Yeah, she died.
But she really loved me and she really loved you. So does it feel weird to you whenever I talk about Cuba? It's like, more Cuba talk? What do you think?
I don't really care, honestly, because I know that's your native country, and I've learned that's where I've learned Spanish. That I think that's where I learned one of my very first words in Spanish. No, actually, my very first word was in Spanish.
What is your first word?
Papá and mamá.
Yeah. And then what was the first word that you learned in Spanish, like real words?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
I remember.
What was it?
It's an animal that lives in the North Pole.
Penguino.
Exactly.
I made this year in third grade, I made a drawing and called him Mr. Penguino. As well, I made another drippier version of him and called him Senor Penguino. He had gold bars behind him. He had a staff that was a microphone. He was wearing a top hat and some
I
sunglasses.
remember you sent me a picture of it.
Yeah.
So that's what you do in school in your free time?
I don't always do that because as well, I just made up with that from somebody telling me draw a zoo animal, penguin,
Okay.
Mister Penguin in Spanish. Oh, as well, the penguin was wearing a hat, a beanie.
So I know that you like more than drawing, you like making video games. So tell me about the first video game that you designed.
So my very first video game that I designed was, so this was a failed concept. I didn't go with it, but it was called Mirrors. That was the very first one I tried to take a shot at. So what I tried to do is I tried to get a mirror, and whenever you touched it, you would be teleported to the house where you would be playing. But that did not work.
Why?
Since I couldn't find the output, there was something called the output. I know where that is now since I watched a tutorial on it. But you needed the output to be able to see if it would have worked or not. So the script was whenever you touch it, you would be teleported to another thing. When I touched it, nothing happened.
And where did you design this game?
Roblox Studio.
So Roblox right now, could you say that that's your favorite game of all the games that you play?
No, not anymore.
Which one is your favorite game now?
So far, it's Brawl Stars.
Brawl Stars?
Brawl.
Brawl Stars? Is that the one that you showed me this morning?
Yeah, it's a game where you start off with this brawler, Shelly, and when you press play, it's gonna bring you to a map. It's like Fortnite, but for mobile.
But I think Fortnite is a way better game.
Yeah, it's a lot better, but for mobile, that game is pretty good.
Yeah.
So when you spawn into the map, there are other opponents that can have different characters. So you have to fight those people with the weapons and abilities you get from those characters. And whenever you win, you get trophies depending on your place. You can only get trophies if you're third, fourth, second, or first place. First place, you get 9 to 10 trophies. Second place, you get 7 to 8 trophies. Third place, I don't remember, and fourth, I don't think I've gotten that.
Got it. So with all the games that you play, that's why I was trying to get you into designing the games, because the
Yeah.
thing that I'm concerned is I love video games, but I know that if you're a kid and you're playing video games way too much, like all the parents are concerned.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like, what would you say parents that are watching the interview and they're afraid that their kids are going to play way too many games, or like they don't let their kids on the iPad? Like, I think like I've always wanted to let you play as much as you wanted.
Yeah. So about that, it's bad to have like 7 hours of screen time. It's good if you use it for 2-3 hours. That's my screen time. I use it for like 2, 3, 4 hours a day. But it's gone down because I've been trying to get into more physical activities like going to the pool. But it's getting bad when you're using your phone, tablet, something all day, non-stop.
What is it bad about it?
So first of all, the blue light, when it gets into your eyes can get I forgot the word.
Dry?
No, it's not that. It's like when they burn.
Okay. Like irritated?
Irritated. I
Okay.
knew it started with an I. It's so As well, if you use screen time too much, your battery can get damaged or you use up way too much storage. My battery got damaged. I don't know why.
Want to know why?
Why?
Because you have been using that thing nonstop for like 4 years. So your battery got emotional damage on your battery.
That makes so much sense though. I didn't know I had it for 4 years.
Yeah, that's why we need to get you a new iPad.
Yeah.
So it has done pretty well considering the amount of games that you have played there and like all your
Yeah.
videos and all that. So tell me about YouTube and like doing your YouTube videos and that kind of stuff. What does it feel like to be a YouTuber? And like what would you tell kids that want to start a channel? Like what advice would you give them?
Sometimes it's stressful.
Yeah. Why?
Like, because if you haven't uploaded a video in so long, you get worried because, like, oh, like, you just realized that, oh, I didn't upload a video in like 3 months. I need to get one going, or like a short at least. So, if you don't upload for like years, then your channel is basically abandoned. So you need to be constantly checking. Because my channel, I only have 65 subscribers. I'm a small one. But if you work hard enough, you can eventually get to 100, then 500, then 1,000, then 2,000. And eventually you go up into the millions. And eventually you're doing anything with it.
Yeah.
Because you have succeeded with YouTube if you work hard at it.
So what would you do if you got all of those subscribers? What would be your ideal like YouTube video that you would make?
I would make a last to leave 24-hour challenge. I want to try doing that. I've never done that before.
Okay.
As well, I want to make it so that whoever wins the challenge, they get a special thing.
Okay.
Like, it can be anything, like money, a brawl stock, like a gaming thing, TV, camera, speakers. It can be anything of my choice.
So talking about money, I think that was a topic that I wanted to ask you about. Like, how do you feel about money and what do you think about it? Like, as a kid, when you think about money, what does it mean to you?
Money is a piece of paper to me,
Okay.
since that's what it literally is. I only have like $1 and a couple of cents, since I don't know where I spent. Oh, that's right. I spent it on Dave and Buster's.
Yes.
I remembered that just now. So before, as well, I spent it on book fair. I had $91 in book fair. Yes, I got a lot of money when I was in book fair. I spent most of it, not all of it, but like $60.
What did you spend it on?
Books.
Why?
What it was book fair.
So why did you decide to spend it on books instead of buying something else?
Because there hardly was any. So as a kid, as well, books they're like a portable tablet. If you don't have like a phone or anything, get out a book. When you're bored, open it up, read. 3 steps. Take out, open, read. Take out, open, read, repeat.
So what has been your favorite book that you have read so far?
My favorite book, it's got to be, I don't have one. I like lots of books. I like The Bad Guys. I like FGTV books. I only have one though. And as well, I do like other books.
Yeah. What about movies? What is your favorite movie?
That's hard.
I think I know which one it is.
Oh yeah, me too.
Well, you're supposed to know it's your own favorite movie, but let me guess to see if I got it right. I would say your favorite movie of all times is The Amazing Spider-Man.
That's one of them. But what I was thinking about is Rescue, the name of our movie. I thought that was what you were talking about.
Wow.
That's got to be your favorite movie. What you're in it.
Yeah, but no, I was thinking about your favorite movie. So you have completely surprised me right now. You're like pulling on my emotions. You're like trying to get me to cry here on the podcast.
Your mind just went with my answer.
100%. So, is there anything else that you would like to talk about in this episode? Because I feel like we cannot get any better than this. Do you have any
I
questions?
want to ask about you now.
Okay, let's do it.
So, what is it like being a YouTuber that has more than 1,000 subscribers? I want to know what it's like.
Well, I think it feels kind of the same because you're always looking at other channels that are so big. And because my channel, like right at the moment that we're doing this video,
You have like 3,000 subscribers.
yes. So then I work on another big channel, like for Tom, that we went to, you met Tom and all of that. So,
Impact Theory.
Yes.
Red Axe.
yes. So that channel has like almost 4 million subscribers.
Yeah.
So then my channel is like a little ant compared to that
No,
channel.
mine is non-existent to yours and the big channels.
Yes.
Mr. Beast, I do not exist to him.
Yeah.
I am one of. So for me, I'm one of those small, brand new channels that not a lot of people know about. I actually have met a fan unexpectedly.
You did?
Only one, though.
How did that happen?
So I was going to the Boys and Girls Club, since that's where I go after school. And one of my second grade classmates' cousins went there. And since I had told his cousin about that, not the cousin that I'm talking about, but the cousin who told the cousin, I had told him about my YouTube channel. And I told him, tell it to anybody you want or anybody that you know and want to tell them about it. And I found a subscriber, and he was his cousin, and he had been told about my channel. He was like, "Hey, I've seen you before. I've seen you. Oh, you're that guy from YouTube."
So you had that happen to you.
Yes.
I bet that was like the happiest day of your life.
I was like, "Oh wow, like this person knows me. Like, thank you for being a subscriber."
I bet that must have felt really nice.
Yeah, but as well, I was sort of confused until
Why?
because I didn't know that he was his cousin. So I was confused about who he was until he told me about it. And like who told him about the channel. And I had been blown. Like, wow. Someone actually knows me from YouTube.
That's really cool. Do you have any other questions?
What is it like to be a director?
Well, being a director is amazing, but at the same time, it's really difficult because most of the time you're trying to think of the story in your head and then you're trying to find the moment so you're actually able to film. But you know, the filming is very little time. So you spend all of this time trying to get to film, and then filming, which is the most fun part, is very fast. So it's still the most rewarding thing that I do. Like, it's so much fun. Like, I get like this happiness of like thinking through all of it.
You get the moment.
I do get it. So like for the film that we did with you, like CJ and I were working on the storyboards and it was really difficult, but it's like a puzzle. It's like you're making a puzzle.
What's a puzzle?
A puzzle. A puzzle. A puzzle, like when you put the pieces together.
Oh, Like, oh, it's because your English isn't that good. I thought you were saying apostle.
And what did I say? What am I supposed to say?
A puzzle.
And what did I say?
Apostle.
It's the same, bro. What are you talking
I was
about?
like, what? What is this? What is my dad saying? And then when you said put the pieces together, cling,
Yes.
puzzle.
So it's a puzzle.
You're saying puzzle. Pus. It's puzzle.
Puzzle.
Puzzle. Puzzle.
Puzzle.
I'm giving you an English class right
Good.
now, but it's meant to be a podcast. I didn't know we were doing English class.
Ok, ¿quieres que te dé una clase de español?
I already know Spanish.
Sí sabes, entonces vamos a cambiar a hacer el podcast en español.
Okay.
Sí. Entonces, cuéntame. Te estaba diciendo que para ser un director es como armar un rompecabezas.
So tú necesitas encontrar cosas, hacerlo y poner en la correcta posición.
Yes.
Y cuando tú haces eso, tú encuentras otras cosas y puedes poner esas cosas en correctas posiciones. I tried my best.
You're so cute speaking Spanish. Like it's the cutest thing ever. So yes, that's how being a director feels like. It's like you're trying to pull all of these pieces to fit in together. And it's very fun. It's like you almost get, at least for me, like I get so excited. And thinking of the ideas is super exciting. And then talking to people about it is exciting.
It's like when you found out that you just won the lottery. Lottery. It's like,
I mean, I
is it
never
like
won
that?
the lottery, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it would be really nice to win the lottery and then go make a movie. Then we have the complete package. But yeah, that's what it feels like. It's very rewarding, and especially when you see the finished film. And the good thing is that that work stays there forever. I think.
Because you can never really run out of ideas.
Exactly.
Like you can make a movie. Like I just came up with this. You can just make a movie where a man turns into a banana, but then that banana has superpowers, but the banana also eventually finds a supervillain, and that supervillain is another banana, and they find out that they are brother and sister once they have defeated each other. Plot twist.
And the movie's called Mr. Banana.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you need to write that script for your next movie. That can be your action movie with a with comedy twist. You can be the Mr. Banana.
And my dad, I'm pointing at him because he's the dad, and I'm gonna get him in the movie. You're a scientist that accidentally spilled something on me, which turned me into that banana.
That could actually be a really good idea. It's crazy, but it could be really funny. So maybe you need to start writing that script next.
And when you spilled it, you would be like, I'm a stuck. Goodbye, son.
Goodbye, son. You're a banana now.
And eventually, once they find out that they're brother and sister, it just wears off. So now he finds out that he's a superhero, basically, and can turn into a banana. How crazy is that? I came up with that on the spot. All I was going to say is a person turns into a banana and fights people. That's what I was going to say at first. And then while I was saying that, I was like, oh, dang, I just came up with all of this stuff.
Well, buddy, we need to get ready because we have to go shoot the last scene for the movie.
Watch the movie. Yes, I'm talking to you, the viewer. Watch that movie.
Thank you so much, Abel, for coming on the show. This has been one of my favorite episodes
I need to reach
of
under.
all times. Thank you so much for watching this episode. We're going to have Abel do the sign off.
Peace out and hit that subscribe button.